Right, class. Today, we are studying the Baroque era in literature. Now, can anyone give me an example of a Baroque writer?
Oh, sir. I thought all writers were broke. Some of them are millionaires, but you know what? I'm going to write spy novels when I grow up.
No. Baroque.
Baroque. Jonathan Swift.
That's correct. Very good. Now, can anyone tell me anything that Swift wrote?
Oh, Gilliam's Travels, and they made a TV show out of it.
My.
I know.
No. Gulliver's Travels.
Oh, yeah, that's the story where the guy gets shipwrecked and all these little tiny people about 6 inches tall come and capture him and tie him up.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Little tiny. Now, can anyone tell me what this is an example of?
Oh, sir.
Alice.
A short story?
Where does the schoolborn get them, and why do they keep sending them to me?
Together I hope that we may roam through the classics, peruse the ins and the outs of Shakespeare.
I have to hand it to you. I have no idea how you got Ross to do a show on literature. I thought the only books he was interested in were checkbooks.
They are. I asked him what was the last thing he had read. After thinking hard for about 5 minutes, he said, an eye chart. Good boy.
Hi, what's going on?
I'm doing the introduction to the literature show.
Oh, yeah, here.
What was that all about?
Well, there was one small condition that I be allowed to do the show on literature and books.
And?
That I do the books. Okay, now how much did you make last year? Was it $75 or $85?
Hey now, what's that? Alistair. No, I'm sorry, he's tied up, chained up. What? A message? Sure. Okay, jawohl. Yep, bye-bye.
Oh, what was that?
That was your publisher. You know that new book of yours, 101 Uses for a Dead Bat? It's first on the bestseller list.
Oh, right on. Did he say anything else?
Well, he complimented me once again on my beautiful illustrations.
No, they weren't bad, but what about the movie rights?
Well, it looks like it's down to MGM or Paramount.
Yeah, I kind of like MGM.
I like Paramount.
Well, I wrote the book. I like MGM.
Paramount.
Yeah, you know, Paramount has made some pretty great flicks. The more I think about it, you're right, you know. Are all agents like you?
Oh, no. Some of them are not night skies. What? Space demons? Interstellar delinquents? Arcade androids? Whatever happened to Peter Pan?
I can check it out for you, Dad, but I'm pretty sure he's still stuck in Never Neverland.
Oh.
You know, he's got a point there, Dad.
Don't you start encouraging him.
In keeping with the theme of the show today, I've decided to become a writer.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, well, I figure I've got all the tools necessary to be a really great writer.
Well, you mean imagination, intellect, and wit?
No, I mean a typewriter, paper, a bunch of old jokes, no imagination, and a real lust for money. I'm going to be a writer for this show.
Now, class, many books don't become popular until after the author is dead. Now, take this one, for example. Moby Dick, Herman Melville. Now, he died forgotten. His works long out of print, and it wasn't until years later that his books were revived and his position in literary history was secured.
Didn't do him a heck of a lot of good, did it?
What did you say?
Didn't do him a heck of a lot of good, did it?
Well, that's true, but he did achieve immortality through his work.
There's only one problem with immortality.
What's that?
Well, you have to be dead to get it.
You're all going to be immortal by the end of the day.
Christine, what is the greatest literary controversy of all time?
Forget it. This is a trick, right?
No, come on, I'm serious.
What?
Who wrote Shakespeare's plays, right?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Shakespeare wrote Shakespeare's plays.
Yeah, now, that's one theory. Now, some people say Francis Bacon, but I have this completely new theory, and if I'm right, I'll set the whole literary world on its ear.
I know I'm going to regret this, but what's your theory, Justin?
Okay, now, you know whenever you look in a couple of books of short stories or poetry, there's always a couple written by this guy Nominus?
Nominus?
Yeah, anonymous.
You mean anonymous?
No, anonymous. That's the guy's name. Now, I've done a bit of research, and I can't find anything about him at all.
No, Justin, that's because anonymous just means that they don't know who wrote something.
Like Shakespeare's plays. Now, don't worry, Christine. I'll get to the bottom of this. Flip, since when did you take up reading?
Reading? No. These books are for the little kids that come in here.
You mean you read those books to little kids?
Oh, no. They're for the little kids to stand on when they're playing my video games so they can see. Here, come here. I think you probably need one. There, that's... Oh, wait a minute. Hold it, Shorty. You need 2. There, stand up there. That's good. That's 50 to a buck, please.
For what?
For rental of the books. Come on, this is not a lending library.
Hey, Barth, do you read much?
Anything but a cookbook.
Now, wait a minute. That is not true. I once had a cookbook.
Oh, how'd you find it?
Somebody left it here.
Probably a hint.
Is it any good?
Don't ask me. Ask Justin. He's the one that's eating it.
Hi.
How's writing coming along?
No, not so good. Every night it's the same thing. I just sit there and stare at this blank page.
Why didn't you try writing a blank verse?
It's not very funny. Oh, Lisa, it's just that I can't decide what I even want to write. I mean, should I write a science fiction story or a mystery story or detective story? I don't know.
Why didn't you try writing a gothic horror tale?
You're kidding.
No. Do you know that Frankenstein was written by a woman, Mary Shelley?
Yeah, I know. But you're supposed to write about things that you know about, and I have no experience in gothic horror.
I'm not so sure about that. I've seen a few of your dates.
It's reddish-brown in color, 32 centimeters long, 18 centimeters wide, 6 centimeters thick. It weighs 67 ounces and has 223 pages.
Ben, when I asked you to do a book report, I had in mind that you would read the book.
Well, how was I supposed to know that? You never told me.
Oh. When is the Board of Education going to send me just one that I can teach?
What? It's got leather bindings.
Lisa, it's 110 degrees. Our water supply has almost run out. Our guide has been eaten by a tiger, and all our native pack boys have deserted us. Are you positive Hemingway started out like this?
Of course he did, Christine. He was into all this monster stuff. Big game hunting, bullfighting, fishing.
Fishing? Fishing? Why couldn't we have gone fishing? Tigers don't attack you when you go fishing. Tsetse flies don't dive bomb you when you go fishing. Headhunters don't size you up for their next meal. You don't have to worry about things like poisonous snakes, malaria, weird man-eating plants. Why couldn't we have gone fishing? What have you got against fishing?
I don't like putting the worm on the hook.
You know, Christine, what I admire most about the immortal bard, his characters. They run the gamut of human emotions.
That's exactly right.
The madness of Lear.
Really?
The melancholy of the lonely Dane Hamlet. The hatred of Iago.
Wow, Ross, I never knew you studied Shakespeare.
I didn't. These are just the intros to the opposite sketches.
Figures.
Class. All right, class. If you're finished with your magazines, And I'll put on the new Def Leppard album. And then we'll have a discussion of the lyrics. Here we go.
What are you reading?
Milton's Paradise Lost. What about you?
Oh, Spider-Man comics.
Oh, Spider-Man. Why are you reading that kind of stuff?
I gotta do a book report on it for school.
Now I'm glad I don't have to read that kind of junk.
Spider-Man, I know.
Class, your reading assignment was to cover Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained by John Milton. Well, what do you think? Lisa.
Sir, it is horrible. It is the most boring thing I have ever read in my life. I could get more excitement reading the ingredients on a tube of toothpaste. You know, sir, I think it could be bad for your health. And really, there is no one on the face of the earth who actually reads that stuff. They only say it so they can appear like intellectuals or something.
All right. Very good. Right. I'm going to give you an A. Marvelously insightful report. Wait a minute. Let's make that an A+.
Yeah. Justin, how's your search for Anonymous coming along?
Well, I can't find anything on this guy at all.
Justin, why does Anonymous have to be a guy? It could be a girl. The A could stand for Alice or Alexander or anything like that.
Shakespeare, written by a woman. Maybe that's why the literary establishment has been suppressing this for so long. What a story.
Where are you going?
Back to the library. You've been a great help.
Thank you. Christine, did you hear that Anonymous might be a woman? Aren't you proud?
Where did the producers find them? And why did they put them on this show?
Dad, what kind of books do you like?
Books? Oh, Dracula, Frankenstein. Those books that really scare you.
Well, Dad, I think I found a book that will really, really scare you.
You did? Really? What is it?
It's, your bank book.
What?
You're overdrawn.
Oh, no.
Mom spent all your money.
Not again.
Again.
I've been saving you money. I got dishes.
Oh.
Ben, it's a good movie. Why aren't you interested in it?
Oh, I am. It's a great movie, but I'm waiting for the book to come out.
You know, Alistair, one of my all-time favorite authors is F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him. He wrote The Great Gatsby, right?
Alistair, he wrote The Great Gatsby.
Oh, I knew it was something like that. So what was it about again?
It's about 200 pages long.
Very funny, buddy. I mean, what was the story about?
Okay, it was about Gatsby, the wealthy, rich, handsome, debonair bootlegger, and Daisy, the girl he's loved since youth.
So does he get the girl in the end?
Actually, no, he gets shot.
Lovely. And her?
Oh, well, she runs away with a rich husband.
Women.
There you are.
No thanks. I'm on a diet.
Oh, okay. Diet. That reminds me. You know what? I've been thinking of writing a diet book, but I don't know how to start.
Oh, I know.
Yeah?
You write it in 2 sections.
Wait a minute. 2? Yeah.
Yeah. In the first section, you write all the recipes.
Recipes? Yeah.
And the second section, you write all the antidotes.
Antidotes?
Well, yeah. I mean, for example, self-induced vomiting,
Uh-huh.
the Heimlich maneuver.
That.
Dad, I don't see why every year we have to dress up in these stupid kilts, play the pipes, and eat haggis just to celebrate Robert Burns Day.
Ah, come on, Alistair. Hoot on. You mean to tell me that you don't like wearing the kilt, or eating haggis, or playing the pipes?
Come on, Dad. Kilt's drafty, and wearing it makes me feel like a real dork. And haggis is nothing but a bunch of sheep guts rolled up in a sheep's stomach. Even Bertha was certainly not bad. And playing the pipes sounds like a bunch of old cats that Bertha's just caught.
Exactly. And compared to that, Robbie Burns' poetry isn't quite so bad.
So Justin now goes to search for Anonymous. Well, unbelievable. All the stuff this guy or girl has written, and I can't find one biography. Not one. It's like the guy was a ghost.
Maybe that's where they got the term ghost writer.
It's not funny, Alistair. Information is being withheld. I'm sure of it. There's got to be some kind of cover-up.
Oh, you mean like that big cover-up in Washington a few years ago?
Oh, you mean like Watergate? Alistair, are you in on this conspiracy?
Oh, Valerie, that dumb delivery kid forgot to leave my newspaper again.
Oh, no, dear. I canceled the subscription.
You what?
Well, Lance, we have all those old books lying around, and you never read them, dear. And so I figured that if we just tore all the pages out of them, well, it would be years before we needed a newspaper to line the kitty litter box with.
But, Valerie, my newspaper.
Mom's got a point there, Dad.
Lisa! Don't encourage your mother.
How's the script coming along, Liz? Kind of slow at the moment.
Oh, I know. You're looking for a big finale, right?
No, not quite.
Oh, you want some cute little opposite skits to go in the middle.
No, not exactly.
No, you're trying to think of a big bang for a beginning, right?
Yeah, that's sort of it.
Christine, how far exactly have you got?
Well, I can't even think of a title.
Christine, they call it. You can't do that on television. That's a great idea, Lisa.
Oh, wonder how much they'll pay me for this.
Oh, Lisa? Yes, Justin. Who is your favorite poet of all time? Favorite poet? Oh, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss? Why?
Well, because his poems are the easiest to learn.
Hey, Moose.
Yeah, Alistair.
I had an uncle who was a poet once.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of a sad story, though. He had a lot of trouble getting his work published, and no one would buy his stuff. Eventually, his wife and his children left him, and he ended up in debtor's prison.
That's awful.
Well, punchline's even worse. Just goes to show you that rhyme doesn't pay.
Right, punchline is much worse.
Then, yes, Lisa, my favorite story is Robinson Crusoe. Really? You know, he introduced a long weekend.
He did?
Well, yeah, he had all his work done by Friday. Get it?
Got it.
Good. Oh, Christine,
Yeah, Justin.
thanks for the dictionary you gave me.
Oh, you're welcome. Were you going to read it?
No, I'm going to wait for the movie to come out.
Where? Producers find him.
Why are they always putting him on this show?
I don't know.
Boy, Frank, go to take it.
Thank you.
Oh, it's from my publisher. Bad news, Miss?
No, it's just another rejection slip. I'll just file it away with all the other rejections I get.
Tough being a writer, isn't it?
You know, Ben, sometimes it's really disheartening. I pour my soul out onto these pages, and I just get all my work rejected out of hand. Ben, if you were a writer and you kept getting all your work rejected, what would you do?
I don't know. Moose, that was not fair.
Oh, no, I know, Ben, it was not fair, but if I can't get at the people who write the bad news, at least I can get at the bearers of bad news.
Sylvia. El Flunko again. You see, you're not much better. Oh, and Ben, the next time that I ask you to do an assignment on Plato, please, do not hand in an assignment about the merits of your little brother's modeling clay. On his modeling clay. You banana brain.
Okay, well, look at this. You kids. Always reading the science fiction. Not this, baby. No, siree. Give me a thriller. Anytime, like Agatha Christie and, Albert Hitchcock. Great stuff. Or give me a good murder mystery anytime.
Hey, yeah, I know what you mean. A good murder mystery. Why don't you give me the daily special?
I heard that. Just a minute.
That leg is in very bad shape. In fact, it's going to have to come off.
Oh, no.
Of course I'm sure. You think I get all this medical stuff out of books?
Well, no, not exactly. I didn't mean that, but...
Well, of course I don't. I get it off the back of cornflakes box. See?
Lisa, do you know the hardest part about writing?
Having to read what you write?
No, dislodging the pencil from someone's head after you drive it in.
Lisa, dear, according to our records, you still have the Scarlet Pimpernel.
No, I don't. The doctor gave me some ointment to smear on it to make it go away. I don't know what it is.
I didn't know they could publish this kind of stuff.
Uh-oh.
All right, give me that book. Give me that book, and you'll get it back at the end of term.
All right, it worked. What worked? Well, see, that was Milton's Paradise Lost. I was supposed to do a book report on it for tomorrow, but now I can just tell the teacher that the principal took it away from me. Right on.
All right. All right, listen, guys. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. I want you to play this game by the book. Okay? Get out your copies of Fun with Dick and Jane, page 12. See Dick. See Spot.
Did you know that if you were a Greek 2,500 years ago, you would have gone down to the amphitheater and watched tragedies all day long? 4 plays in a row during the 5-day festival of Dionysus.
Sounds kind of depressing.
Well, no, actually seeing the sufferings of the tragic heroes kind of makes your own problems seem small by comparison. It's sort of a therapeutic thing. Actually, it's too bad they don't have that nowadays.
But they do, Christine.
Where?
On TV, every weekday. It's called soap operas. And she pressed her lips against the soft curves, and
Justin,
as they...
what are you doing reading that book?
Well, what's wrong, Dad?
Are you kidding? When I was your age, I was sent to the principal's office, and I ended up washing blackboards for a week when my teacher caught me reading this book.
But, Dad, I have to read it. It's my homework assignment.
Homework assignment? Kind of racy, isn't it?
Well, no. It's one of the most boring books ever made. It's dull, dull, dull.
Valerie, I think the schools have finally found a way of making the most erotic books boring.
How's that, dear?
Assign them as homework.
Dad, can I please watch television now? Please? Please?
Homework.
Oh, hi, Ben. What are you doing? Oh, studying Milton.
Milton? Come on, Ben. Milton's one of the most boring authors ever to have lived. Okay, take Paradise Lost, for instance. It just goes on and on.
Not that Milton. I mean Henry Milton. One of the greatest tennis coaches to ever have lived. This is his strategy on winning tennis. Look, okay. When and how to advance to net. Oh, net. Oh.
Well, how's it going, Justin?
I guess we'll never know for sure who wrote Shakespeare's plays.
So the search for Anonymous ended unsuccessfully, eh?
It's a blotch on the pages of literary history. How about your writing, Christine?
Well, as a writer, I'm a write-off.
Well, we gave it our best shot.
Yeah, and now I guess we better give our parting shot. In the immortal words of William Shakespeare.
Or Anonymous.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. And in the immortal words of Porky the Pig, that's all, folks. You know why they gave her that line to say?
You Can't Do That on Television has been an anonymous production.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
More?
You want more?
More?
Yeah, more? Someone asking for more? Did
Did I hear that?